Oil price crash. What does this mean for Nigeria? Hi guys, it's Abisola here, and before we even start, I'm sure some of you might be wondering why I look like a caveman. The truth of the matter is we've all been living in a cave since the beginning of coronavirus. It has become something that has the world hasn't seen before, and I can only pray that things return to normal following this outbreak. And I'm also praying that everybody who is sick gets healed as soon as possible. Now let's get back to it. Oil price crash. What does this mean for Nigeria? Now I'm sure by now you must have heard that oil price has fallen, it has reduced. This bit of news always sends the world into a panic, especially Nigeria. Why should we care? That's one question. Why should we care? What it concern us? Did COVID-19 cause the crash? How much is a barrel of oil? How will this affect Nigerians? What is the government doing to cushion the effect of the oil drop? These are some of the things we'll be discussing in this video. Number one, how much is a barrel of oil? According to several sources, the price of a barrel of oil dropped to minus $20 in response to the coronavirus pandemic. Number two, why did the price of oil drop? The answer to this is quite simple. There has been a reduction in how oil has been consumed worldwide. People have parked their cars at home, flights have been cancelled, and large parts of the world economy that uses a lot of energy has shut down. All of which means there is a less demand for oil. But on the other hand, supply hasn't fallen because people are still producing. Oil producing countries are still making this oil. But in fact, just because of the whole situation and everything, oil producing countries, like a large number of oil producers, agreed to slash global output of oil by 10 million barrels a day, or about 10%. Number three, what does this mean for Nigeria? We all know that Nigeria's economy depends on oil revenues. Like, we're heavily dependent on oil revenues. What this means is that the profit we expected to make from the sale of Nigerian crude oil they're not coming. And since our budget is made up with the prices of oil in mind, this is a problem because government might not be able to get those funds needed to run the country. Should the average Nigerian be worried? There's no other way to say this. That's the truth. There's no other way to say this. We should all be worried. Like I mentioned earlier, the reduction in oil price will affect Nigeria's budget. In fact, the FG has recently announced its decision to reduce the 10.59 trillion 2020 budget by 1.5 trillion. Oh, 1.5 trillion. This money is way too. But however, this move by the FG is yet to be approved by the legislature. So before it can even be done, before there will be an agreement and the budget will be reduced, the legislature, that's National Assembly, House of Reps and Senate, they have to approve the federal government's plan. What can the government do to protect Nigerians? Some of the fallout of this crash in oil could be inflation and devaluation of the naira. This means that, in layman's terms, this means that prices of goods and services will increase, like imports and everything. All these things will increase. So if you're buying something for 200 naira before, it could increase to 300, 350. We don't know. If I try to buy spaghetti each day and I realize that the price has gone up, so these are the kind of things we can expect. But one major way that the government can ensure things like this do not happen in future is to develop other parts of the economy to reduce our dependence on oil. Because if you look at it, for years now, the main source of revenue for the government has been the sale of Nigerian crude oil. You understand, this hasn't helped our economy in any way, because yes, the money has come, but we have other parts of the economy have been neglected. So this is the time for government to actually focus on this part and make sure we can make money from it. For example, agriculture. We have a lot of land, we have a lot of food and everything that the world can benefit from. So hopefully this makes the government realize that there are other parts of the economy that can be developed, that can also earn us money. Now, to conclude, we also have to note, you have to understand that experts have also predicted that even though the price of oil has entered negative now, that has reduced drastically now, this doesn't mean the price will not increase in future. At least after this whole pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic is done, experts have predicted that things may return to normal. So let's keep our fingers crossed for this. Bye guys.